What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a New York Knicks fan. I'm gonna be honest, right now the Knicks are one of the most surprising teams in the NBA. They're actually in the playoff picture. And from what it looks like, they actually might make the playoffs. For this video, we're going to be talking about trades the Knicks can make to simply give them a better chance at making the playoffs and simply making them better. We all know the Knicks have consistently been a pretty bad team, but guys, this season, things look different. So if you're a big Knicks fan, I want to know some moves they can make to get better. This video is for you. But quickly, before I get on with the video, just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the New York Knicks.
Julius, congratulations on the effort tonight. My question to you is, where do you go from here? How do you continue to get better, and where do you get better?
Keep winning. Keep doing whatever it takes to get wins. That's all that matters. Just getting started. Got a tremendous amount of room for improvement, and that's what I'll do.
At the beginning of every NBA season, we NBA fans always write off the New York Knicks before everything ultimately ends up happening. We always say the Knicks will not make the playoffs. The Knicks didn't make enough moves. The Knicks didn't make any trades. And we always say this, the Knicks are the worst team in the NBA. With so much negative attention and criticism this season, the Knicks have proved everybody wrong because right now they're playing some amazing basketball, a lot better than expected. As I make this video, the Knicks have a record of 14-16, which ranks them as the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference as I speak. And from the looks of it, the Knicks are a lot better than the past seasons. During this time in the NBA, the Knicks would usually be at the bottom of the East, having less wins than this, and the fact that they're almost a 500 team only speaks volume to their improvements in this past offseason. I have to give a big shout out to why the Knicks are doing so well this season. I gotta give it to Julius Randle, who right now is their starting power forward, but in general, their star player. Julius Randle is having an all-star season. If you look at his numbers, he's putting up monster stats of 23.2 points per game, 10.9 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 0.7 steals, 0.2 blocks, but shooting a career high of 48% at the field goal. Julius Randle is being very efficient and is simply the Knicks' current go-to guy. We just got a crazy report from the Knicks that when it comes to the future of New York, Julius Randle is going to be the core and they're going to do whatever they can to build perfectly around him. Julius Randle right now is the franchise and all-star of this team. And with Julius Randle only being 26 years old, the future for the Knicks is surely bright. Another big reason why I believe the Knicks are doing so well right now is because of their new head coach of Tom Thibodeau. We all know how good of a coach Tom Thibodeau is. He's making the Knicks right now a better defensive team, and honestly, it's affected their whole lineup. You can see Alfred Payton becoming a better on-ball defender. You can see Mitchell Robinson's development. Tom Thibodeau is slowly making him better, and also RJ Barrett, putting a lot of trust in him. We've seen it in the past where Tom Thibodeau just makes young players better than their value. Signing Tom Thibodeau was a big W for the Knicks this past offseason. A big move the Knicks just made was getting Derrick Rose from the Pistons. In my opinion, that was also a very smart, very good move. And from what we just heard, when Derrick Rose requested a trade, he said that he wants to go to a team that has a good shot at making the playoffs. And what is he saying about the Knicks? He went to the Knicks because he believes the Knicks are going to make the playoffs. And I believe Derrick Rose being there as a veteran leader and a scoring punch off the bench is going to guarantee them a better chance. But for this video, I want to put the Knicks in a better situation, talking about 5 trades that I believe they can make to simply make them and guarantee them a spot in this year's postseason. If you're a Knicks fan, I believe you're going to love every single of these trade scenarios. The first trade on this list is the Knicks going for Zach LaVine of the Bulls, and honestly right now I believe the Knicks need somebody like Zach, a second scoring option behind Julius Randle. If you watch Knicks games, they have a pretty good lineup, but honestly, if they can get one more scorer, a go-to guy, especially at the guard position, I believe it'll overly impact the team better, especially on the offense. When talking about Zach LaVine right now, he's also having a great all-star season. He's averaging plus 27 points per game, and honestly, from what we're hearing, Zach LaVine could be on the trade market as the Bulls right now aren't doing so well. A big reason why they're unsuccessful is because of how bad their defense is, and from what we're hearing, Zach LaVine actually might request a trade. If Zach LaVine becomes available, I believe he'll be a great secondary option beside Julius Randle. If the Knicks can offer up Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, the rookie this year, their 2021 first round pick from the Dallas Mavericks, and their 2023 first round pick from the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Zach LaVine and Garrett Temple, I believe this would be a perfect trade for the Knicks. The Knicks right now only have one player to score 20 points per game, but getting Zach LaVine could instantly give them a boost and give them the option to have somebody score plus 30. Imagine a lineup of Elfrid Payton point guard, Zach LaVine shooting guard. That's definitely a better backcourt than having RJ at the small forward, Julius Randle, and then Mitchell Robinson. In my opinion, that is a better, well-balanced team. As of right now, Zach LaVine is not available for trade, but if he becomes available, which is likely, the Knicks should call the Bulls immediately. The next trade on this list is the Knicks going for PJ Tucker of the Houston Rockets, and if the Knicks want more of a defensive presence and also a leader, I believe PJ Tucker is a perfect option. As I make this video, Tucker is unhappy in Houston. During that time, James Harden requested a trade, PJ Tucker also requested one, and very soon we're gonna see PJ in a New Jersey. The kind of player PJ is, I simply believe he will be great on any NBA team, and with the Knicks right now having a lot of young players, Tucker will be a great role model and great mentor. The Knicks just got Derrick Rose as their backcourt leader, but getting PJ Tucker to be their frontcourt leader, I believe that wouldn't be an option as well, as he's a low-end, cheap trade target that could go a long way. If the Knicks can offer up Kevin Knox for Tucker in a 1-for-1 deal, I believe this trade makes sense as the Knicks gets leadership and the Rockets get young depth. Kevin Knox still has potential. The Knicks just lost Mitchell Robinson for 6 weeks, and we all know PJ Tucker has the ability to actually be a consistent player at the center spot, and that's why I believe this trade is a great one for the New York Knicks. This scenario is the cheapest trade out of all the scenarios I'm giving out today. The next trade on this list is the Knicks going for Malik Beasley of the Timberwolves, and if they need a scorer that's kind of a downgrade from Zach LaVine, Malik Beasley would be a perfect option as he's not that expensive. As I make this video, Malik Beasley is having a monster season. He's playing better than expected. He's averaging 20 points per game. And honestly, right now, the Timberwolves are simply in shambles. The Wolves have a record of 7-22, which ranks them as the worst team in the NBA. And honestly, from what we're hearing, they're focusing their future at that shooting guard spot on Anthony Edwards. Which means, if you gotta trade Malik Beasley for future assets to surround Anthony Edwards with, it wouldn't be a bad idea because the Wolves simply aren't making the playoffs. They're going to tank again. The Knicks need a secondary scorer and also somebody that can shoot the ball on a consistent basis behind the three-point line. And with Malik Beasley being a pretty consistent three-point shooter and mid-range shooter, this is a great deal for the Knicks offense. If the Knicks can offer up Alec Burks, who simply isn't having a good season so far, Frank Ntilikina, a young point guard that has potential but the Knicks don't want anymore, and a 2021 first round pick, I believe this would be a great deal for the Wolves to accept, as they'll be getting Frank Ntilikina some point guard depth after losing D'Angelo Russell to an injury, and also getting Alec Burks, who can kind of be like a mentor to Anthony Edwards. They have a very similar play style. This would be a great trade. Malik Beasley would easily start at that shooting guard position for the Knicks and instantly offer 20 points per game coverage and usage. Knicks fans, what do you guys think about getting Malik Beasley? The next player on this list is the Knicks going for Andre Drummond, and he is one of the most popular players, especially a popular center that is available right now for trade. We all know Andre Drummond. He is the best rebounder in the NBA, and when he's loose and when he's active, he's simply a monster on the boards. And right now, the Knicks need someone like that after losing Mitchell Robinson to a hand injury. We currently know Andre Drummond's situation with the Cavs. The Cavs right now have so much big men. They have Drummond, they have Jarrett Allen, they have Kevin Love, they have JaVale McGee, and they have Larry Nance Jr. And from what we're hearing, they're trying to trade at least 2 of those bigs or simply get rid of them for better young depth or simple depth for the roster for their future. A front court of Julius Randle and Drummond would be disgusting, as it offers both offense and defensive threats, and NBA teams would definitely be worried on that size, and the Knicks would just have so much more options on the versatility level on the offensive end. If the Knicks can offer up Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, Alec Burks, and their 2021 second round pick, I believe this would not be a bad deal the Cavs would accept, as the Cavs would get anything, any asset possible for Andre Drummond instead of losing him in this year's NBA free agency. Drummond is going to be on a new NBA roster very soon. He's going to be wearing a new jersey, and the Knicks are one of the targets right now that actually have a lot of interest in AD. And the last player on this list is kind of my favorite, and that's Victor Oladipo of the Rockets joining the Knicks. And Oladipo going to the Knicks have been a very popular option for some time now. When talking about the Knicks, they've always been looking for that one player that can offer them, a spotlight. It can offer them somebody to affect the media and just simply be a social media ringer. And with Victor Oladipo being a pretty popular NBA player, I believe this would be great for the roster and also the Knicks' popularity level. Of course, that does not mean anything. Oladipo's game matters more, and honestly right now, with him being 29 years old and entering free agency this offseason, the Rockets are actually putting Depot in trade talks. We all know Oladipo used to be an NBA All-Star before his crazy knee surgery in 2018, and right now, I believe he just needs a fresh start to run a team. The Knicks need instant offense, and if Oladipo is available, I believe the Knicks should target him as they have in the past before. What's very special about Depot though is that even though he's a shooting guard, he's great on the offense and great on the defense. He's a great facilitator, he's a great leader, and he's a great playmaker. He's an all-around level if fully healthy. If the Knicks can offer up Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, Alec Burks, and their 2021 second round pick, I believe this will not be a bad deal for the Rockets to accept, as basically they traded James Harden away, but just simply getting way more assets because right now they need it. Imagine a closing lineup of Derrick Rose, Oladipo, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. I believe this will not be a bad Knicks team that makes a playoff run. The Knicks need a secondary scoring option. Victor Oladipo could be the answer. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today on 5 trades that I believe the Knicks can make to simply make them better and guarantee them a better shot at making the NBA playoffs. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Are these trades likely? Are these trades realistic? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!